Hi, this is Brad Hubbard with National Flood Experts, and these are our top 10 tips for saving money on flood insurance. Number 1, if you don't have an elevation certificate, get one. We've seen people save over $10,000 on their flood insurance just by getting an elevation certificate. Even if your insurance agent has told you you don't need one, that doesn't mean it won't help you get a better rate. Generally, we have a decent idea on whether an elevation certificate will help even before it's ordered. Looking at public data and topography can let you know the rough elevation of your home without a surveyor. Regardless, an elevation certificate is the first step, and it's required for most of the other ways to save on flood insurance. Number 2, if you have an elevation certificate, get a second opinion. We've been able to save people thousands of dollars just by correcting errors on other elevation certificates. An incorrect base flood elevation is the number one reason. Looking at more than just the flood map to determine the base flood elevation has helped save our clients thousands of dollars every single year. Number 3, grandfathering. If your flood zone has ever changed for the property, you can get rated at the earlier flood zone rating. You have to prove a few things, but if your home or structure was built and it was an AE 20 zone and now it's an AE 22, instead of paying rates at 22 feet, you could pay them at 20 instead. This can save you a ton of money in certain scenarios, and also if your property has been incorrectly rated and you qualify for grandfathering, we've helped our clients get up to 6 years of flood insurance premiums refunded back to them. Number 4, flood venting. This option is for structures with an elevated first living floor over a crawl space or garage. Proper vents on the crawl space or enclosure can raise the level that your structure is rated at and save you thousands. If you do not have proper venting, your flood insurance rate is determined at the lowest level of the structure, even if that's just the ground or a concrete garage. Number 5, floodproofing. This option is solely for commercial structures. Floodproofing can cut your insurance premiums by over 90% if your structure is commercial and built below the base flood elevation. This typically comes into play with older commercial buildings that are being renovated to trying to bring the building back up to code. Floodproofing is kind of like hurricane shutters, but for flood. It's a removable waterproof system that you can install around your structure before a flood. It's designed to stop floodwaters from coming into the structure. Number 6, flood zone removal. This is our favorite. About 50% of all the structures located in a flood zone can actually be removed. If you're currently in an A or an AE zone, you could potentially have your building moved to an X zone and never be required to carry flood insurance again. Or you can keep flood insurance and pay the preferred rates. FEMA's flood maps are designed for the big picture and can be inaccurate on a property-by-property basis. We've helped move thousands of structures into the low-risk flood zone. Talk to one of our specialists today to determine if this is an option for you. Number 7, bring in fill. This is a last resort solution. Sometimes it can be more cost-effective to raise the entire structure up to save money on flood insurance premiums every year. Typically, this comes into play with either repetitive loss structures or buildings that weren't built to code and are being hit really hard on flood insurance. If it costs you $30,000 to bring your building up, but it saves you $10,000 a year, in the long run, it's a good solution. Number 8, increasing your deductibles. Just like any insurance, increasing your deductibles will lower your premium, if this is a risk that you would like to take. Another thing with increasing deductibles that a lot of clients don't know is that if you have a loss, you're not required to write a check for the amount of your deductible. So if your deductible is $5,000, you don't have to pay them $5,000 before you get paid. Your claim is just $5,000 less. Number 9, private flood. Private flood insurance is available in most situations now and can sometimes be a huge difference in premium over the NFIP. More and more private companies are popping up and writing flood insurance, and the market is quite competitive, which is great for the consumer. Our insurance department has access to around 20 different private flood insurance companies, depending on the type of risk. Make sure you ask your insurance agent if they offer it. And the last, number 10, shop around. Flood insurance isn't the same as other insurance. Finding a competent flood insurance agent is crucial to save you money on your flood insurance. By utilizing the above steps and working with the client's best interest in mind. It's a common misconception that flood insurance is the same regardless of where you get it. This is only true if the agent is a flood expert and knows all the tricks and tools available, as well as having access to good private flood markets. I hope you've enjoyed this video and get some great use out of it. Again, my name is Brad Hubbard with National Flood Experts. Have a wonderful day.